Hi everyone, my name is Molly Gallagher, and today I'm going to be talking about gatekeeping, or the act of excluding those deemed unworthy in the gaming community. This has especially been a problem for women trying to get involved in gaming, and due to the nature of the discussion, I'd like to warn you that there will be some rough language in this video. I feel like it's important to hear the types of harassment that women are facing, so be warned. Now on to the video. As video games have developed, large communities of interaction and support have formed that have generated game popularity and helped the community grow further while benefiting those who are members. This is especially true in the age of the internet, as different platforms like Twitch, Discord, and YouTube have allowed gamers to interact on a larger scale. These internet communities that were responsible for the growth in the gaming community in the past are now actively turning people deemed unworthy away by gatekeeping, and due to the nature of the internet, all of these negative interactions have been documented online in different forms and have broken into the public sphere through both gaming and non-gaming platforms, including in the general media. The ease with which these are documented is actively working to maintain the stigma against the gaming community that was already present in society, and the online documentation of the marginalization of different groups, especially women, undoes the previous good these platforms did for the community in the past. As women are often the target of much of the negative actions of players and criticism surrounding the gaming community, I want to show how the continued documentation of this treatment on different online platforms and in the media is working to create a self-perpetuating stigma that has a negative impact on the gaming community and the gaming industry itself. Communities are an integral part of gaming culture. It's these communities of practice that create impactful and lasting experiences during video gameplay. The highly collaborative nature of play and the concept of distributed cognition, which is when groups working together are able to act more intelligently, is also an important factor that highlights the importance of gaming communities and the importance of membership within them. By working together, gamers are able to learn new skills and overcome obstacles on their journey to game mastery. Membership in these male-dominated communities is so important to this development of skill that exclusion from them has a severe negative impact on women trying to enter these spaces, and gender asymmetry is worsened. Within these communities, women are often deemed unworthy of participation or seen as attention seekers that aren't actually interested in playing the game. Here, I'd like to show some clips of what some women have to deal with when they try to participate with groups in-game.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I think Mercy's not working out for you, dumb cunt. Learn how to fucking play a proper character. 45 hours and you still suck. I guess girls just suck at video games in general, you fucking stupid whore.
Wow. Well, I can play whichever healer. I just been playing a lot of Mercy because she's
How about
really
you play,
good.
go to the fucking kitchen?
Why don't you play some more support characters like a female typically would play? God forbid you'd be one of those good females who actually
Why are you attacking me for being a girl? What, you have nothing else to say?
This is the reason why girls should not do anything other than be a woman. Do not play Overwatch, you fat, ugly, pimple-ridden face whore.
I don't care what the fuck we pick. We just have to kill shit.
Well,
oh, is that a grill?
It's a girl gamer!
It's a grill gamer!
As women often experience this type of harassment and negative feedback online, what scholar James Paul Gee termed an affective filter is raised that prevents real learning or engagement because women don't feel welcome or supported. Women are harassed by gaming communities through in-game chat, in-streams, and in person, and all of these interactions contribute to the formation of this affective filter that continues to build and often turns those interested in gaming away. This has a compounding effect as girls who do show some interest in gaming see all of the negative discourse surrounding women in the community and are turned away from playing the game to begin with. This has an impact on game development itself. Women are often turned away from gaming, and due to this, not many look towards careers in the industry. Women make up less than 25% of enrollment in computer programming in general, and even less focus on careers in video game development. In one study, it was found that women make up as little as 4% of the gaming industry's workforce in some places, and even then, many of these women take up low-level positions and aren't directly involved in programming or game development itself. As people work towards careers in game development, one commonly cited job requirement, even at the base level, is to be a, quote, avid gamer with gaming expertise and knowledge of gameplay. Many women, having been turned away from the gaming community at the start, or who are consistently unable to develop the knowledge and expertise of so-called avid gamers like their male counterparts, due to the stigma against women in gaming, find it difficult to break into the industry in any meaningful way. Women are severely underrepresented in gaming development, and because of this, male-oriented game culture continues to prevail. With no changes being made at the developmental level of gaming to include women, the gendered situation just keeps getting worse. Within games and game development itself, women are often sexualized in character depictions, and this just contributes to the fetishizing of females by the community and reinforces the idea of a biological difference between men and women. By presenting women as other to members of the male-dominated gaming community, it becomes easier to rationalize harassment and ostracization of women online, in streams, chat rooms, and other online forums. Some women have different ways of dealing with this.
I was recently reading on the Girl Gamers subreddit that some females are having issues while playing Overwatch with different types of harassment. So I actually wrote down several different ways to counter this type of harassment, and I will now show you examples of each. Thank you. So one of the things that I'm doing is I'm not talking needlessly, only talk about the game. So I'm making sure that I am not going to start any conversation that is not necessary. Okay, and if anybody says anything that I do not like, I will leave voice chat immediately. If someone is rude and says you're a noob, then I will tell them, you must really suck then if you're the same rating as me. And I will also kill them with kindness. If somebody says, oh, this is how you play this champion, I'll be like, oh, well, thank you for the hint. I appreciate your help. February or beginning of March. Oh, see, he just said hello. I'm not going to say anything back. Okay, because rule 1, don't talk needlessly, only talk about the game. So I am only going to be talking about the game. Saying hello would be needless conversation, and that would just be opening myself up for harassment, especially as a female. So I am only going to talk about the game.
This moment serves as a good example of the negative impact this harassment has on women's gaming experience. In order to avoid any problems, the streamer isn't even willing to say hello in chat. Women aren't able to fully enjoy their time or take advantage of the experiences the community has to offer when they have to go to such lengths to avoid harassment.
Okay, do you know what? I have been in situations where I have, tried to sabotage other females, but I'm not that type of person anymore. And I learned long ago that I would never put down another female to get ahead for myself. Okay? I see other females as she's my sister. We are sisters, okay? And we're fighting the same fight. I am not going to put down another female, especially a female in the gaming industry, for your guys' entertainment.
Here it's important to note that some women within the gaming community attempt to combat this othering by joining in on the harassment. In many different forums, it's shown that some of the women that have managed to gain acceptance in these communities do so at the cost of reinforcing negative stereotypes of women within the community. Both from personal experience and examples of streams like this one, women often attack or are encouraged to attack other women in the same way that some of the men in these communities do, and from this, they're able to gain some semblance of acceptance as they differentiate themselves from other female gamers. This is not an issue of men versus women, but of the stigmatization and reinforcement of stereotypes of a group perpetuated and maintained by the actions of both sides. As in-group members believe that women attempting to play games are only there for male attention and do not have a genuine interest in the game, gamers begin to target and harass these unsuspecting players, and in turn, they leave the game or distance themselves from the gaming community altogether. Men are treated as the experts on knowledge regarding video games and the players of them, and these interactions form yet another self-perpetuating cycle within the community. As harassment continues in these online spaces and the internet gains public popularity, online coverage is where a majority of gaming community engagement happens and controversy arises. I had the opportunity to interview the Twitch streamer Nixerino about her experiences in the gaming community and about how she deals with harassment. This is just some of what she had to say.
A lot of times if I'm in a game and I say something like, oh, hey, we should go do this instead, they'll be like, oh, shut up, you're just a girl, or shut up, you don't know what you're talking about, or if in games that have ranks, they'll bring my rank into it, because I don't really like playing ranked because people get really competitive and I'm just there more to have fun and play. But they'll be like, oh, shut up, bronze, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But then somebody else 2 seconds later will say the exact same idea, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, because it comes from a guy who's slightly higher ranked. So it's kind of like I just said that exact same thing. It's hard to just be able to like do like have a hobby that you enjoy, like, and to be able to like communicate with other people about it. The whole other issues that you see with like Gamergate, or even issues within the industry itself with the lawsuit going on at Riot and everything like that about the sexual harassment claims. It just seems like it's a very male dominated hobby, or I guess career if you want to take it into the pro scene.
Women gamers from professional levels all the way down to amateur gaming have the same complaints. The way video games are thought of, both critically and popularly by scholars, media outlets, and the public, is often based on these controversial gendered online statements that gain traction. In fact, the discrimination of women within the video game industry has been at the forefront of popular media and public politics for at least the past 5 years, including instances like Gamergate and the recent Twitch Thought controversy that focused on the violent and sexual harassment against women in different parts of the gaming community. When researching on this topic, much of the most popular media surrounding it showed extreme examples of harassment, and though some of the representations are extreme cases, women face gendered harassment on these platforms daily. It's part of the average gaming experience for women. As reports of this treatment grow and extreme cases are reported and perpetuated, the negative stigma surrounding gaming culture is just maintained, and women are turned away from joining the community or even leave the community to escape the negativity surrounding their presence. The issues illustrated here are significant because they impact the future and development of the gaming community and the industry as a whole. The lack of women both in development and in play has a major impact on the types of games being produced and the activities of the gaming community, along with the public view of the community as a whole. Without the recognition of these issues, the negative stigma surrounding gaming will just get worse and could cause developmental issues in the gaming industry. By recognizing these issues and working to solve them, I believe the gaming community could transform into a positive and impactful learning and socialization environment that benefits and includes all different people. With this, video games and the communities surrounding them would be taken more seriously as impactful cultural developments. This change in viewpoint could impact the future development of gaming and expand its uses within society, which is definitely something worth thinking about. Thank you for listening.